Have you ever made a deal so dark that it cost your soul and everything you love? What happens when a mother's desperate love opens the door to a demon that cannot be satisfied? Welcome back to Spooky Brain. Today we are going to explain a terrifying horror movie about a deadly curse, a mother's fatal bargain, and a twist that will freeze your blood. Sit tight, turn off the lights, and let's dive into the story. The movie starts with a young woman performing a dangerous black magic ritual in a locked, dark room, calling upon dark ancestors spirits. Then we meet Sakar, a poor mother struggling to feed her three children. It is morning and Sakar is getting her young son Dodi and daughter Ratna ready for school. Her older son Danish comes home early in the morning after spending the whole night outside. Danish gives Dodi a brand new pair of glasses because Dodi's old glasses were broken. After the younger kids leave for school, Sakar scolds Danish. She tells him that wandering around all night will not help the family survive. She wants him to study, go to college and get a good job. But Danish has no interest in studying. He wants to be a motorcycle mechanic. After a heated argument, an angry Sakar tells Danish to leave the house. Danish leaves and starts working at a bike repair shop. Because he is very skilled, customers love him, business grows, and the owner happily pays him a good salary. Meanwhile, Ratna goes out on a bike ride with her boyfriend Bram, while little Dodi stays home alone watching TV. While watching TV, Dodi feels very thirsty and goes to the kitchen. Suddenly, the air turns freezing cold and heavy. He sees a terrifying faceless black shadow. Terrified, Dodi runs straight to Ratna's room. The next day, Ratna and Bram visit Sakar's restaurant. Sakar strictly warns Ratna to focus on studies and stay away from older boys. Ratna hands her a school tuition fee notice, but strangely, a heavy dark energy has settled over the restaurant. No customers enter. Waiter Storila forces a passively to come in and buy food. A little later, the same customer storms back, furious, shouting that his food has completely rotted. Sakar checks the rest on the food, and to her horror, everything cooked just moments ago has turning pitch black and smells horribly foul. They have to throw everything away. Right after this, Sakar hears terrible news. An elderly local woman named Mother Amber has died mysteriously. Sakar rushes to Mother Amber's house. A terrified woman tells her that before dying, Mother Amber went completely mad, screaming and clawing her own face until it was covered in blood. Sakar looks at Mother Amber's body and sees her face covered in deep scratch marks. Suddenly, the dead woman's eyes fly open, trembling with fear. Sakar reaches out to close her eyes, but dead Amber suddenly grabs Sakar's hand tightly, terrified out of her wits. Sakar runs all the way back home. Back home, Dodi hears a knock on the door, thinking it is his mother. He opens it. Sakar is standing there, but she completely ignores Dodi and locks herself in her room. Dodi hears a terrifying growl from inside. He tells Ratna that something is wrong because their mother always kisses Dodi's forehead when she comes home. Ratna and Dodi walk into the living room, and right then they hear another knock. Sakar walks in through the front door and lovingly kisses Dodi's forehead just like always. The kids are frozen with shock. They realize the entity that entered earlier was not their real mother, but an evil spirit. That night, Sakar has a terrible nightmare. The radio turns on by itself, lights go off, and a dark, shadowy hand reaches under the door, grabs Sakar by the throat, and lifts her into the air. She wakes up gasping for breath. Next morning, Sakar goes to Ratna's school to ask for more time to pay fees, but the principal says someone already paid the full cash amount yesterday. Looking at the receipt signature, Sakar realizes Danish paid it. When she calls Danish, he says he listened to her and is taking responsibility for the family. Back at the restaurant, Sakar sees waiters Rodia hallucinating and serving imaginary customers at an empty table. Realizing evil has taken over her life, Sakar and Rodia visit a local shaman or healer. The healer starts chanting prayers. Suddenly, a terrifying black evil spirit takes total control of Sakar's body. The demon laughs evilly at the healer and warns him to stay away. Then it leaves Sakar's body and she collapses. The terrified healer tells Sakar that this is no ordinary ghost. Years ago, Sakar made a pact or deal with a powerful evil spirit known as a Naivang. Flashbacks reveal that when Sakar's husband died and she was pregnant with Dodi in extreme poverty, she used Mother Amber's help to make this dark pact. The demon's power made her restaurant successful and gave Danish a job. But now the contract time is up and the demon has come to claim its payment, human lives. The healer refused to help further. Sakar and Doria visit the old dark house of black magic, where Sakar sees a terrifying black figure in the corner and screams in terror. That night, Sakar runs a high fever. Ratna tries to cool her down with cold water. When Ratna feeds her, Sakar vomits, and it is not a normal vomit, but thick pitch black blood. Soon, little Daddy also catches a high fever and starts having seizures. Danish rushes home and finds the demon fully possessing Sakar, who tries to choke Dodi before Danish pulls her away. The next morning, Danish boss brings powerful Islamic clerics to the house. They start reciting Quranic verses and Rukaya. The demon inside Sakar screams in agony and threatens them. Suddenly, the demon uses supernatural force to lift the chief cleric into the air and hurts him violently against a sharp iron wall hook. The cleric dies instantly, and the other clerics flee in absolute terror. Desperate, Danish calls Rodia. Rodia says she found a powerful holy shaman named Kai Bagja. But that very night, the demon attacks Rodia in her house and brutally murders her so nobody can save Sakar. Next morning, Danish and his boss go to Rodia's house and discover her dead body. Inside her pocket, they find a piece of paper with Kai Bagja's secret jungle hideout address. Danish ties up the possessed Sakar in the van with iron chains and drives to the jungle. Deep in the dark jungle, Dodi sees a terrifying entity inside the van. Suddenly, the heavy iron chains snap and Sakar vanishes. She has transformed into a savage, bloodthirsty beast. The demon controls Sakar, attacks Danish boss, drags him into the deep jungle, and brutally kills him. Ratna and Dodi runs for their lives through the woods. Just in time, the powerful shaman Kai Bagja steps out of the dark with a wooden stick and strikes Sakar on the head, knocking her unconscious. Kai Bagja takes them to his hut and gives them holy water to drink. As they drink it, they see a hideous, monstrous demon standing in the dark corner. Kai Bagja explains that to banish the demon forever, they need to soil from the grave of the sorcerer who initiated the contract, which means Mother Amber's grave. Danish takes a bottle of holy water and rushes alone to the creepy graveyard at night. As he starts digging, terrifying ghost-like corpses rise up to scare him. But Danish bravely sprinkles holy waters, collects the soil, and runs back. Back at the hood, the demon wakes up and fiercely attacks Kai Bagja, injuring him badly. It moves toward Ratna and Dodi to kill him. Just as the demon reaches for Dodi, Sakar's maternal soul fights back from within the demon's grasp, trying to save her children. But the demon overpowers her. Suddenly, Danish bursts through the door and hands the grave soil to Kai Bagja. The shaman throws the soil onto Sakar's body. The demon strikes it, acknowledging pain as the shamans chant powerful prayers together. Unable to withstand the holy power, the crushed demon is finally forced to leave Sakar's body and flee. Sakar claps peacefully. With her last remaining strength, she hugs her crying children and tells Danish, "My son, never leave your younger brother and sister alone. Always protect them." With this word, exhausted by the black magic and torture, Sakar closes her eyes forever in her children's arms. A few months later, life seems to return to normal. Danish runs his mother's restaurant responsibility, and Dodi studies hard. It looks like peace has been finally returned to their family. But then the movie hits us with its most terrifying and bone-chilling final twist. We see daughter Ratna standing in front of her bedroom mirror, fixing her hair. She slowly looks up at the camera and we see her eyes. They are no longer human. They have turned completely pitch black like the cursed demon. Ratna gives a weak demonic smile because the contract debt was never fully paid through a voluntary sacrifice. The bloodthirsty demon has now taken complete possession of innocent Ratna. She will now use the remaining family members to fulfill its unfinished dark pact. And with this terrifying, hopeless nightmare, the movie comes to an end. Greed and shortcuts can destroy an entire happy family in the blink of an eye. Did you enjoy today's video? Let us know in the comments below. If you love this video, give it a big thumbs up and share it with your horror loving friends. To keep enjoying such spooky, mysterious and thrilling movie explanation, make sure to subscribe to our channel Spooky Brain and turn on the notification bell. See you in the next video. Stay safe and stay spooky.